coming to a close. It's beginning to snow. One by one, the bears retreat to their dens. Winter settles in. The snow brings elk down from the high country to wintering grounds in the valleys. And wherever the elk go, the wolves follow. Winter is the season when wolves are riding high. Severe conditions always work in their favor, wearing down their prey. The deeper the snow, the better the hunting. No bears will contest the carcass, but many other scavengers gather at the feast. Eagles, ravens, magpies and coyotes are uninvited guests at every kill. Though wolves have the undisputed upper hand, they make the long winter easier for all these other carnivores. As long as there are elk, the wolves will provide. But all these hungry scavengers steal so much meat that they may be one reason why the wolves form packs, to protect their own share of the kill. Come February, wolves go visiting, pack to pack. Now is their season for courting and mating. If a stranger comes calling, yearling females and pups come out to greet him. He'll please them all if he can, but what he's really after is a willing partner and a private rendezvous. Yet even the most intimate moment often requires the pack's approval. The alpha pair that leads the pack may share a bond that lasts for life. But all this togetherness comes down to just one thing. Wolves need each other. Wolves are accustomed to working year-round and feeding many mouths. But come the end of winter, it can take the abilities of a bear to get the job done. As the ice begins to thaw, a frozen pond becomes treacherous. Solid one moment, soft the next. A wolf has discovered its most recent victim. The wolves weigh about 45 kilos and cannot trust the ice to hold them. They can see the carcass and would take the hand out, but it just isn't worth the risk. As the pond continues to freeze and thaw, coyotes venture onto the ice. At 14 kilos, they are light enough to cross it, but not strong enough to move the carcass. If the ice melts much more, they won't be able to reach the carcass at all. For once, a grizzly, fresh from his den, arrives as something of a hero. He's certain to fall through. But his massive strength will come to the rescue. It's only when his coat is soaking wet that you can see how thin he is and why this carcass is worth so much effort. As the bear reaches shore with the prize, even the ravens can appreciate his labors. And there'll be bones for the coyotes, after all. Dawn sends an eerie smoke through the remains of a forest fire. It's moisture vaporizing from the blackened trunks as they warm up in the sun. Though the fire killed the trees, a wild garden springs up at their charred feet, rich with minerals from the ash. Grizzlies seek out this fresh, nutritious salad. A great grey owl dozes at the edge of a burn. He's been up all night hunting. But a robin has a nest nearby. In Yellowstone, conflicts can flare up in any corner. Until the owl leaves, there'll be no rest for either of them. A grizzly has come to the recovering burn to feast on daisies, asters, fireweed, and cow parsnip, teaching her yearling cub that this is a good place to forage. A cub has to learn a great variety of plants and where to find them at what time of year. And while one cub studies this lesson, another follows its mother onto the calving grounds of the elk. Grizzlies aren't full-time predators like the wolves, but they still take their toll of elk calves each spring. The bear moves through the grass with a purpose. She relies on her nose, testing the air and searching the ground for the scent of elk. It's all her tiny cub can do to keep up. For the calf, the brief dance between birth and death will be over in a moment. For the cub, It's a first step in honing a skill that will help him succeed in Yellowstone. Yet bears have many ways to make a living. Wolves must hunt to survive. But a grizzly's life is full of choice. Old Scarface may no longer be able to chase down elk, but he's managed to catch a fish. And as he wanders his range, there will be mushrooms and dandelions, ants and earthworms, biscuit root and berries to harvest. The grizzly needs a kingdom vast and varied and complex. He needs all of Yellowstone. In this cauldron of competition and conflict, a grizzly sometimes gets to relax. He retrieves a mule deer he has stashed in the grass by the lake, and for once he has a whole carcass to himself. Well, almost. He takes his time over a delicate morsel. It's not often he gets to enjoy the little things in life. Then, after lunch, a nap. That is, until biting flies discover the grass-covered carrion he's using for a pillow. He retreats to the cool waters for some sweet relief. By the end of summer, all activity is focused on the coming winter. Grizzlies head up high for the most important harvest of the year. The Clark's nutcracker is up there already, collecting the seeds of the whitebark pine. Squirrels are also gathering their winter seed store. The birds will disperse the seeds, but the squirrels will cache them. And that's what the grizzly is looking for. The bear digs up their work. The seeds are rich in fats, and the bear takes in as many calories as she can. These seeds are crucial to grizzlies, but the cones don't fall to the ground. Grizzlies often rely on someone else to climb up and harvest them. black bears can make it almost to the top. They'll bring the branches and cones to the ground and in reach of the grizzly. The mighty bear may be dominant among these many creatures, but she's also dependent on all their efforts. In this tale of two predators, each succeeds according to its nature. This enormous male is waiting on the wolves. He's staked out in the territory of the Molly's pack. And here they come, right on schedule. Instead of starting some kind of fight, the grizzly tags along with the pack. The bear is huge. He looks to be almost 300 kilos, and the wolves seem resigned to his presence. The wolves attend to their task. They're here to hunt. The bear lets them go. He's in no hurry. But as soon as the wolves have accomplished a kill, he's suddenly quick on the scene. This is the way of things in Yellowstone. A wolf pack working together is the greatest predator there is. But even the Mollies, 14 wolves strong, know how to step aside for one large bear. A grizzly in his prime is the master here. He makes the most of the skills of others and takes from them all in turn. The wolves must simply bide their time and wait for him to leave. Old Scarface is past challenging a wolf pack. He's up in the whitebark pine forest, where it's already starting to snow. Winter is closing in. The pine seeds are all but gone. Soon there'll be nothing left to eat. Slowly, limping now with age and effort, he makes the climb up the snowy slope. His den and a long winter's rest are waiting. By the end of November, the grizzlies of Yellowstone have gone to bed. Once again, Yellowstone is wolf country. At least, that's how the story is supposed to end. But here, on Christmas Day, 4 weeks late for hibernation, a grizzly sits on a wolf kill. Is this the start of something new? A grizzly, out in winter, breaking all the rules? The coyote grabs a bite and runs. This is not good news to him. Will the bear be waiting at every kill all winter? The bear is wide awake and appears to enjoy being out past his bedtime. After all, it is Christmas, and he's discovered a satisfying secret. Although it's winter, he may not have to hide from hunger. Wolves are doing the hunting for him.